Hello, everybody. Today's gripe of the day is that I can barely play the piano because my hands are stiff, overworked, and they're just not moving. And I feel it more in my right hand because that's the hand I use all the time. So I'm just constantly. It's like I like having a job, but I also don't like having it because I don't get enough time to just let let this rest. Because it hurts all the time. Like I can't even do any piano anymore. And that was a source of happiness for me, was playing piano. And I was like, well, if I can't play piano, just because it's not working right, then what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm like struggling. It's like I don't get paid to just sit home and then try to like write music and play piano. But I did start writing something and I'm gonna like think carefully about it because I'm getting a better chance of really seeing what I can do because I grew up not having any enrichment. I basically didn't have anything to invest myself in, really. There was no point to my existence. I didn't believe in anything really about my purpose here. I had a dream, but then I had a parent that like stomped all over me because she didn't have a future. I'm like, thanks. It's too stiff, and it. So I like do repetitive motions all day at work. So I chop fruits. I pick things up. I put things into bowls, into trays, and it's just so tired and stiff and then when I try to play pickleball, then my arm goes numb. And I don't like it. It's like everything just falls apart when I have a job. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But it's like I have to. I, yeah, and I feel most of the tiredness right here. This in the Siamese twins, because like I can't get it to just to like move. Ah, and then I lose focus because I'm frustrated. I don't like it. I absolutely don't like it. It bothers me. It like upsets me. So like okay. So if I try again. And then and it's just because there's too much going on. Like I'm one of those people that if I got too much going on with my body, I'm very distracted. Like I'm like my back itches, my I'm tired. My arm my arm twitches, my arm hurts, my fingers are stiff. Like if I have all these sensations happening with my body, it bothers me. Like I'm very peeved. I get one day off and then I have one day of work and I get another day off. It was like if they could just give me 2 days off consecutively, then it'll give me a chance to like recuperate. I can't recuperate if I can't get more than just the one day. And it's making me so upset to the point that I want to start breaking things sometimes. I hate having to bend to the power of somebody else's authority like that. Uh, Whoa. But it's like I have to learn how to keep fighting forward, and just because I have to have a job, it doesn't mean that I sideline everything, and it's all about a balance. And the balancing act was really hard for me growing up because I had no responsibilities at all. When my mom tried to give me responsibilities, I didn't take it very well. Like I was very defiant at times. Easily overwhelmed and kind of just not knowing what to do. Like I needed somebody to like be like step 1, step 2, step 3. And it's just because I grew up not having any form of enrichment. It's like, parenting was half-assed. So like I didn't have anything going for me. Um I went to summer recreation, but I didn't like being there with the other people, so I would go do my own thing. And the thing was, nobody would look for me. That's the thing. I could just walk away and nobody paid any mind. Like that was just how it is. So I just grew up frustrated all the time because it was like constantly being made to feel like I couldn't do something just because of who I was, or just because of my temperament, just because somebody didn't feel like spending time working with me. And that was incredibly frustrating because it didn't help me at all. But talking this out, as the things pop up, does help me. I've grown up with a lot of frustrations because people didn't take me very seriously. That I would try to talk to people, and the thing that they would do was make fun of how I said things or act like they couldn't understand what I was saying. And then I would just end up real frustrated because it's like, why is it that when I want to have a meaningful conversation, that people didn't want to be bothered, to sit still and to just, do their best to listen to what I had to say? And this was even with adults. It's like adults just kind of looked at me and I'm just like, why do I feel so stupid? Because they like don't understand what's coming out of my mouth. It was very frustrating. still doesn't take away that my hands are stiff, but at least, having this conversation with the metaphorical other, whoever happens to watch this video, does help me to feel better. I've grown up frustrated. And, it's like if I was given a chance to really figure myself out without somebody constantly just putting me down, shooting me down, or treating me like what I was doing was a joke. If I spent more time not listening to those people, I could have been further along. But instead, I was a child that wanted, approval, acceptance, reassurance, validation. Like, I grew up shooting myself in the foot, not realizing that when people don't want to see you happy, that they're just going to do things to make you feel bad because they don't care. They're miserable, so they want you to be miserable. And misery loves company. But it's like, at a certain point, I just have to grab destiny by the throat. Maybe not like aggressively, but just say, hey, there's a better way, and I just need to go do it. I forget that there's staccatos above those notes there, so like attention to detail, that could be improved. But it's and that was a polonaise. And I like when I feel good, that's when things work out better. And I think the purpose of me recording this conversation is to really just demonstrate that if you have the ability to really work things out, that part I still gotta work out. But, when you don't have any baggage, things just happen more easily. And the more I try to fight towards what I want, the more that seems to get pushed up against me, but it's all stuff that I've dealt with in the past. Having an abusive father in one lifetime where I grew up being angry and suspicious of people. But at least I got to make music that people like, for the most part. I had another lifetime where my mom was incredibly jealous of me, but she had a nickname for me. She nicknamed me Rabbit. But at least I wrote music that people really liked. Had another lifetime where things were not very dramatic, but I did have some heartbreak because of, losing someone you love, losing children. But I wrote music that people liked. And I thought to myself, the more I remember about who I was, including people that made music that was a bit more controversial at times, but I won't really say anything about them, not yet. I didn't really look too much into those lifetimes. But, all these people that I was, all these lessons that I learned, it tells me that we shouldn't be afraid to face what makes us uncomfortable. Like, people spend so much time wanting to avoid things that make them uncomfortable rather than just embracing it. And I noticed that with some people these days, they seem to be unable to just express themselves unless they think, well, I need to change myself a little bit to be a little more of a stereotype. And it's like, you don't need to be a stereotype to dress the way you want, to do your hair the way you want. If you look at Jeffree Star, they just do what they want without caring about what people think, really. Like, if you're a man that wants to be more effeminate, do it. If you're a woman that wants to be more masculine, do it. Don't become a stereotype. But there's people that would rather become a stereotype than to be real. And that's kind of what makes me wonder. It's like, is it just easier to be a stereotype than to be a real person? Yeah. Because being real, it means that you're growing towards into, the place where you're not as controlled. And the rulers of this world hate it when people are not as controllable. But I'm not here to follow trends. I would love to write music, and I'm gonna see what I can come up with. Oh, well, I have a sticker of a clavichord right here. I'm like, that was one of the instruments I played. I love the organ. It would be cool to learn how to play organ again, but I don't have an organ. But I have a piano. And I'm going to write music. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to think about how things work, because I find that the more I just go within myself, the more comfortable I am with myself, and really just not caring about what people say about me, especially when it's a negative thing, because evil always chases after the light and always tries to drag it down into darkness. So it's like, let's just see where this path goes. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. Do all the good stuff. Ding the bell. I suppose. We'll see you later.